today I spoke about the Haftarah, the prophetic supplemental reading that we read every Shabbat in synagogue and also on the holidays. And what I wanted to do tonight is give you a 3-minute recap of what I spoke about. So, first of all, who was this man Ovadia? It's actually kind of interesting because he was born an Edomite. He was not born Jewish. However, he had his name Eved Yah, the the servant of God. So it turns out Ovadia, if you speak it in Arabic, it's Abdullah. Sounds familiar? King Abdullah, Ebed Allah, the servant of Allah. And he converted to Judaism, and he worked, he got a good job. He worked in the royal administration of the king and queen of the north, the 10 northern tribes, the 10 southern tribe, not, there were 10 northern tribes, and he was married to, Ovadia worked for Achav and Jezebel. Interestingly, Jezebel, even though she was living in Israel, she wanted to kill every Jewish person. And Ovadia went to great lengths to sustain the last 100 prophets of Judaism. Okay, fine. So this is happening just in the time right before the destruction of the Second Temple. It's happening in the northern part of Israel. His name means Eved Yah, the servant of God. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit about this person and the Haftarah. His Haftarah is one chapter. That's all. It comes out of the minor prophets. Nothing minor about these guys. They were just very succinct. And here the Haftarah, it's interesting. Jacob and Esav were twin brothers. And you can see the dissonance between the two brothers, so much so that it wasn't kept in check that Jacob eventually turned into Israel, his name, and then the Bnei Israel, and the nation of Israel. And Esav then gave birth to the Edomites, and that the Edomites were adversaries. Yeah, can you imagine? Brethren being adversarial. So here's a situation where you had the Edomites watching as Nebuchadnezzar destroyed the temple of King Solomon. And it's even in our Book of Psalms, chapter 137, where it says on the rivers of Babylon, and that it continues on to say that the Edomites, while the city and the temple were being destroyed, they were screaming, "Destroy it, destroy it." What are they, nuts? So now the antidote to that literally anti-Semitism comes from the Book of Ovadia, Chazon Ovadia. This is a prophecy about a man, Ovadia, where this happened at least 3,000 years ago. But here's what he's saying, that those Edomites that rose up against us, and God says, via the words of the prophet, Hine katonis aticha, This is not going to last very long, you guys, that you think you're being super powerful. And im tagbia kanesher. I don't care. God says, how high you fly, even you fly as high as an eagle, I'm taking you down. And you will not continue to have this attitude about yourself. And whoever was advising you, they're going to realize that they were making mistakes and that they're going to withdraw their support of you. And that this day is coming soon, that there'll be a change in what's going on. So it says, have no fear, because the truth will survive. And the Haftorah says, V'haya Beit Yaakov Eish, the house of Jacob is the fire, and Beit Esav Lekash, that Esav, the Edomites, are going to be the straw. Let's see. So we're reassured by the end of the Haftorah that it says, V'alu Moshiim Bahar Tzion. Then the saviors of the Israelites will be sitting on top of Mount Zion, Jerusalem, Lishpot et Har Esav, to decide, to judge the mountain of Esav, just over the other side of the river. V'haisol Adonai Hamelucha. And the prophet says that this place is going to be where God resides, in Jerusalem. And we will live in eternal peace and not in arguing. We have to just realize that we should take the upper hand and we should ensure that we begin a new chapter to live in peace. I thank you all for listening. Be well.